Get ready for a night in the wild. Journey to this place in Sonoma County, California, and you might think you're in the middle of Africa. This is Safari West, a wildlife experience, hi baby, and an unforgettable adventure.
This is one of those moments that you never forget.
We'll spend the night in a cozy cabin.
You know what I wonder? Why we don't live this way.
And hear the poignant perspectives of the creators of this unique destination, Peter and Nancy Lang.
I've wanted to meet the two of you for 10 years.
Well, it's a pleasure.
Rob on the Road, Animal Advocates starts now.
This is unbelievable.
And now, Rob on the Road, exploring California.
It's an experience unlike anything else in California. 400 acres, 800 animals, and a front row seat to see it all. This is Safari West in Santa Rosa, California. It's a Sonoma Serengeti, a Golden State gem, and a call from the wild.
We're going behind the gates. This is Mark Pressler here at Safari West, and we're getting to go inside. All right, let's go.
Let's see where the giraffes are at.
Oh, look at this, Mark. They're so peaceful and like just curious.
Yeah, so this area that we're driving in right now is about 12 acres. And they have this entire area along with the antelope to just roam around and graze on grass, and they love it here.
Look at their beautiful horns.
We're back, we've got our first giraffe.
Oh, is it a baby?
It is. Well, that's a younger giraffe.
Oh, come here, Pumpkin. Can I try to feed it?
Absolutely.
Hi, baby.
So as he reaches for it, check out the tongue.
It's prehensile. It's like a hand.
Exactly. So a pretty good rule with giraffes is you can take the feet tall that they are and change that into inches, and that's about how long their tongue is. So a fully grown, maybe 17 or 18 foot tall giraffe will have about a 17 or 18 inch long tongue inside of their mouth.
Can I touch him?
Sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that should be totally fine. Yeah,
I
just
love you.
a teeny bit of scratches on his face if he's interested.
It's all yours. Take it. It's yours, honey. This is unbelievable.
Beautiful.
Look at this. I cannot believe we're in Sonoma County.
So when they're first born, they're already about 6 feet tall and 150 pounds.
Wow, that's a lot.
Fully grown adult males can be between 3,000 and 4,000 pounds, so they put on a lot of weight. They have to spend pretty much all day, every day, looking for food. They're eating somewhere around 16 hours of every day.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of work.
About how much time they spent looking for
hi.
food.
Oh,
he's interested in you. Yeah, Safari West is a very successful giraffe breeding facility, and so this is one of 3 babies that we've had very recently here.
Who is this?
We got another friend coming over. I believe this is Coffee.
Coffee? Hi, Coffee. Here, honey, I'll get you a better piece. I cannot believe they have personalities.
They absolutely do, yeah.
Hi. This one is huge.
This is not even a fully grown adult male quite yet. So he's getting closer, but he still has some growing to do.
What a beautiful creature.
And fully grown, they'll get close to 15, 16, and even 17 feet tall.
My
sometimes.
goodness.
It's the tallest animal in the world.
Just look at the beautiful patterns.
Yeah.
What type of giraffe is this?
So we have 2 different types here, but the ones that are surrounding us right now are called reticulated giraffe. And reticulated is actually a mapmaker's term. That means sort of clearly defined network, and that's referring to the lines in between their spots.
Okay.
Now the other giraffe type we have is much darker brown than the others, and that's a Maasai giraffe.
Maasai.
And that's named after the region of the Masai Mara in Eastern Africa.
And look behind.
Yeah, we've got flamingos back there.
I love the flamingos.
A few cranes, a few guinea fowl. Oh, and actually, while we're right here, we have a pair of crested screamers just to our right, and they just had babies a couple days ago. This is Waldy.
Hi, Waldy. Is Waldy alone?
He is, for now. We've got a pair over here.
Mufasa, closest to us, that's Isha. Oh, and one very brave ground squirrel.
Oh my gosh, the ostriches. Look at this thing prancing toward us. Aren't you something special?
So this is one of our 3 ostriches here, and they are all 3 girls.
Oh, that looks like a snake. Hi.
Yeah, so I might not get too close to her.
Why, am I being okay? What are you holding?
This is an ostrich egg right here.
Where was it?
And it was in that little box behind me right there. So this is something that came out of her. The ostrich females, even though we only have girls here, they'll still lay eggs, they just won't be fertilized. And so we'll collect them and use them for education. We can show our guests. So the biggest bird in the world has the biggest egg in the world. One ostrich egg is around 2 dozen chicken eggs.
This is real? Mm-hmm. That is heavy.
Yeah, it's a big egg.
Wow. Look at you. You look like a runway model.
Yeah.
Are you gonna hurt me? I won't hurt you. Hi.
She says, that's my egg. What are you doing with that?
I know. Hi. How are you?
Yeah, so check out those legs and the toes. They look very prehistoric, those feet especially.
And I love their feathers. They are so beautiful.
They are around 200 pounds, fully grown, our girls.
Oh, I thought they'd be heavier than that. And this is Marilyn and Goldie for Goldie Hawn.
That's right.
I love that.
Yeah. You know, you saw that little runway strut that they were doing.
I did.
So this is one of the favorite things for guests here because a lot of the antelope are a little wary around people and they won't get too close to the trucks, but the ostriches are not wary around people at all, as you can see, and they're very curious as well.
Hi. Oh, aren't you beautiful? Here, sweetie, I hope this is what you like. There's enough to share, girls.
Try grabbing the thinner bladed grass.
Oh, the thinner, okay. This is for you, Goldie. Here, Marilyn, I got you. Don't worry. Wow. The animal kingdom is just fascinating to me, Mark.
Yeah.
Look at that wingspan, and that's not even wide open. That's just halfway.
Yeah. So ostriches, even though they are completely flightless birds, they don't fly at all, they still have wings.
Now they can run.
Oh yeah, they are incredible runners. They can get up past 40 miles per hour, and what makes them really amazing to me in their running is their endurance. Most mammals have not so great endurance. If you think of something like a cheetah, the fastest land animal, which can get up to 70 miles per hour, but can only go that fast for about 200 or 300 yards, and then they're done, and they have to stop. Ostriches, it's said they can go about 30 miles per hour for 30 minutes.
No way.
Which is incredible endurance.
Wow. Bye, girls. I hope you had a good dinner.
I think they did.
Hey! Are y'all having fun? Every time we turn a corner or go up a hill, it's like we're in a different country.
Yep. And you know, that was kind of Peter's goal here, was that he wanted this to be as much as he could like going to Africa and going out on a safari there, so.
What a dreamer, what a doer.
Absolutely.
We're talking about this man, Peter Lang, who bought these 400 rolling acres in the late 1980s, quickly converting a cattle ranch into a world-class animal sanctuary. Peter began breeding programs for critically endangered species, teaming up with zoological groups near and far. His search to save wild animals from extinction would lead him to his own perfect pairing, the lead curator at the San Francisco Zoo and future wife, Nancy Lang. Together, they transformed their fascination with animals into a mission for Mother Nature, creating this internationally renowned wildlife preserve. We'll have an in-depth conversation with Peter and Nancy a bit later. But right now, it's all about animals, and a safari surprise is about to unfold.
Oh my gosh. what are these?
Watusi cattle.
Watusi cattle. Look at the horns. My gosh. Wow. Mark, you have got to be kidding me.
This is a breed of cow from Eastern Africa. And of course, I'm guessing what you've noticed is these incredible horns.
Their horns are just majestic.
Yes.
Tell me about these animals.
This is a breed of cow, just like you might see the black and white spotted ones here in the US that have been bred specifically to create milk for us. These have been bred specifically to have really, really big horns.
So is it just for looks?
Yep, absolutely. These are considered status symbols in the cultures that they're from in Africa. And the bigger the horns, the higher the status.
They're beautiful. Do they move around?
They do. So this is 120 acres that they have to move around in. And so sometimes I'll see them right here. Sometimes I'll have to do a little bit of exploring.
So how did we get lucky and they're right here on the road?
It really is just luck. Sometimes they'll be grazing way off in the middle of nowhere and I'll drive out here and I won't even see them. And that's one of my favorite things about this job is that it just never gets boring. Every single day is very, very different than the last.
Well, the sun is going down, so we need to hit it. We want to capture sunset.
This road is called the Turn of Terror.
Oh, all right. Look at that view, though. The turn of terrific. Oh, look, there's an ostrich.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, no, now that's why.
Any good spots up here?
Oh my gosh. How did you know we needed this?
Soak it in. You are surrounded by the sound of the wild at the highest point in the hills of Safari West. Here are dozens of zebra. A group of them is called a Dazzle of Zebra, seen in the savannas, the grasslands of Africa.
That's a wildebeest, and they can really run fast, right?
Yeah, more than 40 miles per hour. Yeah. Well, they need to run fast.
Why?
They are the #1 most eaten large animal in Africa.
The hill is the home of one of the deadliest animals in Africa, the Cape buffalo. They might look calm, but they are fast. These buffalo can run up to 35 miles per hour, rushing at you with a horn span 3 feet wide.
We have arrived.
This is so cool. Oh my gosh. This is gorgeous. Wow. Look at this view right over the giraffes and all the cabins. Oh, the sounds are so peaceful. I was looking in the cabin.
Okay.
A guest logbook.
I didn't even know we had those.
All right, well, check it out. Everything in here from kids who were 7 to this woman, 72nd birthday.
Wow.
Another person, what a lovely break from reality.
Coming out here, it gives me, and I think it gives people, what I call transcendence, which is just you forget about everything else going on in your life and you are in the moment.
Being in the moment takes us down the hill to a campfire cookout, alongside every overnight guest gathering for a traditional South African braai. It's similar to having a barbecue, but this one is safari style.
Who are all these people?
This is a family, that is a family from Oregon, Portland. This is my daughter and my 2 grandchildren.
So all of you are together.
Yeah.
No, we met them this evening.
You met them tonight. Oh, good. New friends. Fantastic.
Not through social media, actually.
I know. It's through real meeting someone face to face, not online. Cheers. Cheers to you.
Night begins to fall and the moon lights the sky. You can hear the hum of animals and a couple of footsteps from some curious explorers just like me.
Sophia just came up to me out of the dark and said, this is what she just heard.
Woo, 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 woo.
What was it?
It was a monkey and a bird.
You know that for sure? How did the bird sound?
The bird sounded like,
Where are they?
they're over here.
Are you scared over there?
Kind of.
It's way past midnight and time for lights out.
Good night.
As morning comes, so does the call of the awakening animals. The sun breaks through the chilly air, just in time for a walk through the aviary. Up-close encounters with beautiful birds. They are here from around the globe for you to see. Now, the first in-depth interview with the founders of Safari West, Peter and Nancy Lang, who almost lost it all in the most devastating wildfire in Northern California's history.
I've wanted to meet the two of you for 10 years.
Well, it's a pleasure.
It's
our pleasure.
My pleasure. And thank you for having us literally in your front yard.
That's right, in our home, and we're thankful you came. We really appreciate it.
And I'm not just talking about your front yard of your house, but of Safari West, because
Right.
your home now is right here on the grounds.
In the center of 400 acres.
How did y'all do this?
One day at a time, literally.
I mean, that's how you do anything, right? But how are you going to build an African safari in the middle of Sonoma County? Did y'all start off this adventure wealthy? Is that how you were able to do it? Were you rich and you had the money to spend?
We
were tapped. No.
We were tapped to the max.
So this was grit
Oh, it was
and a lot of grace and hard work.
Actually, I had.
I don't mean to ask you that, but I'm
it's
curious,
fine. It's
you know.
absolutely- that's fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually important that people know that, because I had for 25 years previously been an engineering contractor and general contractor, and I was pretty done with it. It got to a point where I had to either go back to work and do that or take the easy way out and build Safari West. Well, that was not the easy way out, but that's exactly how we started. Over the years, I had collected a wonderful collection of animals, and had started specializing in African animals.
And just kept growing.
Just kept growing.
The aviary, the spiritual center, if you will, over in the middle in that.
I'm particularly proud of our aviary. You can see everything in there. It's a very visual experience.
I think that one of the special things about the aviary is because it's so high and the trees allow for the birds to perch and build nests, that you and the other guests, and we get to enjoy it too. We see all the nest building, the breeding, the egg laying, the hatching of the chicks.
Well, and we saw a nest. I've never seen a nest like this before.
The big one.
From the hammer cock.
Yeah.
And that nest is huge.
Right.
And you were the curator of the San Francisco Zoo.
Yeah.
What makes this different?
So you can walk through with small groups here and not a crowd. So it's a very intimate experience. You're with the people that were on your tour, or you may be on a private tour, but it's usually no more than 12 people instead of 50 to 100 people in an aviary at a time.
But I found the hills intimate too. You know, because you can see the animals, but you also can experience them. And I've not found that.
No. Well, you're in the enclosure. You know.
This is true.
You're not on the outside looking in. You're on the inside, and the vehicle you're in is your cage, so to speak. It's to make you behave, not them behave.
This place is quite special, and I just want to tell you that everyone I encountered, everyone who said, "Where are you going next?" And I said, "Here." So many people said, "Please tell them we've been thinking so much about them."
Well, thank you.
So
Thank
many
them.
people.
The day that the fire occurred, October 8th, was horrendous. And
2017.
And it was also horrendous for, the fire went on for a week, 10 days afterwards.
I've been worried about you because I know that you stayed here alone the night the fires broke out and fought off the flames. You were alone, Peter, along with 800 animals.
Well, the sheriff made everybody leave. I just wandered off.
They were literally, the sheriffs, the CHP, they walked behind us to make sure we all went out the gate. Wow. I thought Peter was right behind me. Yeah, I paced all night. His phone died. I was with somebody from the retired FAA. We were on our way to the airport to rent a helicopter when one of our staff members figured out how we could sneak in behind the guards at the bottom of the hill here.
That was the following morning.
Yeah. So I was back here at 7 o'clock.
Because you didn't know that your husband...
No, that was the worst part of this whole thing.
I was hosing down. The most immediate area was the hyenas. They have tall grass in their enclosure, and that grass was all on fire, so they were looking for a place to cool their feet, and I'd put out a area that had a fire in it, and they'd go to that, and then I'd go to another area and put that out, and then the one I'd put out would catch on fire again. They, just kept moving around, and then checking out perimeter and making sure that other things were safe, and some Nyala antelope. But they got trapped in a corner over here. Fire was coming down that hillside. So I had to climb the 8-foot game fence that encloses them, pushed one on the bottom, and through the fire it went, and the other ones followed. And, and the difficult thing was me going back out the 8-foot game fence. But the fire sort of goosed me over. Literally, it was there. Just active. Little things made a difference. And as I've said over and over again, don't confuse luck with expertise. I was very lucky, and but had to be here to make your own luck.
Right.
Did you get burned?
Nope.
Did you?
No.
At all? Okay.
No, but we had severe smoke, and there was so much underbrush, and it looked like a volcano going. It was terrifying. When you're very, very busy, you can't be terrified.
Well, we're here in the original home that was yours, but I also want to say your 3 other homes burned to the ground around this area. So you lost a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
We did, but for me, and some of the things were important memories, but we have each other, we have our animals, we have our friends and our staff, and in a lot of ways that was stuff.
Stuff.
Yeah. I feel so fortunate. People died in that fire, and a lot of animals died in the fire, and here we are. All animals are fine, and we're fine. The fire was fast. When we left the house, I didn't even grab my purse. I threw the dogs in the Suburban, and I was out of there.
How far was that?
It's 1 mile up the road.
1 mile.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine what you were thinking about 1 mile away, and that was here.
Yeah, we drove back out of our ranch through the flames to come here, and it was hot. You could feel it in the vehicles. My sister, who lives just beyond us, up the road, her windshield wipers melted on her car on the way down. So, it was pretty significant. The day we started living here again, we've had a constant busy work to clean everything up. There was a lot of repair and work after the fire, and I think that in itself is important therapy.
That's the beauty of nature.
Yeah.
Because it keeps you in touch with the now.
Well, we figured out, both of us, when I was telling that story, that one, you realize how minor your problems were, comparatively speaking, and that a day moping is a day wasted.
This is a hard question to ask. What have you learned from the fires?
That we are resilient, that we're strong, that we're moving ahead, and we're hoping that other people are going in the same direction. We are concerned about a lot of people, even if they weren't affected by the fire personally, there's a lot of, as you talked about before, stress around that. But I feel that I've learned that I'm stronger than I thought I might have been.
What have you learned, Peter?
Back to the day moping is wasted, you know, and I just put it out of your mind and go forward.
I love that. I want to thank you for being who you are.
And thank you. This has been quite a wonderful experience visiting with you.
Travel all across California with us at robontheroad.org.
So many people said, they're such dreamers, and I said, no, they're doers.
And by the way, I use that all the time.
You do?
The dreamers are still dreaming, but we got it done. It was our reality, not our dream.